Good morning, and actually good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. It has certainly been a whirlwind the last 10 days of activity for us, and today is another step along the way. I'm going to turn it over to David momentarily to talk about it. Then there'll be a jersey presentation, photo of that. We'll do some questions from here and some opening remarks, and then when we break, Seth's dad, Popeye, is here in the building, and we will actually have a photo op with him and Seth as well afterwards. So with that, I want to turn it over to David Boyle.
Thank you, Jerry. Thanks, everybody, for coming today. Very special occasion for the Nashville Predators. As Jerry said 10 days ago, we thought we were very fortunate to be at the position of number 4 and having a great young player like Seth Jones available to us. Today we're very pleased to announce that Seth Jones has signed his entry-level contract. It's a big moment for us, for him and his family. We're very proud to have him with us. We knew a lot about Seth before we drafted him. We heard a lot about him as a person, but honestly, we didn't really know him that well. I can tell you in the last few days from the draft and how he conducted himself there and with the media and all his responsibilities that come along with being a high-end player and a top draft pick, to being here so far at the rookie camp. What he's done both on ice and off the ice has been very good. As I said to both Seth and to his dad, very good parenting. Obviously they've done a fabulous job, good parenting, good mentors along the way, and we're very proud to have Seth as a player and equally important as a person joining our organization. So it's a huge day for us. The man who had him number 1 on our draft list, and that's how we looked. We went after 3. I didn't know who to take, and we looked, and there was number 1 was still there. Jeff Kelty, our director of amateur scouting, is here. Jeff, I'd like to say a few words, please.
Yeah, well, obviously we're thrilled to have Seth. I was saying earlier, we've been watching Seth for a couple of years now. When he first came to the U.S. program in Ann Arbor, and I can remember the first time seeing him was probably about 2.5 years ago, and you saw how big he was and how smooth he was at just a young age, and you saw the upside as to how good he was going to be, and you knew he was going to be a high pick just seeing him right away, and he's one of those guys where you said we'd never have any chance to get him because you knew he was going to be a top end pick, and this year happened to be the case where we were up there, and he fell to us at 4. We were thrilled. So we know he's going to be a huge part of our future here and a real building block for us going forward. So we're thrilled to have drafted him and thrilled to be getting him signed today.
So, without any further ado, this is a standard player's contract. We refer to it as the SBC. Seth Jones, it's a 3-year contract, and if you'd be good enough to sign this, we'll have a deal. With our official Nashville Predators pen. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Seth will wear number 3 for us, hopefully for a long time. So
Hold it out there for a moment for the photos.
Turn around.
Turn it around.
Get in there, Jeff.
Okay, Rogie. Well, then turn it around. Okay, looks better than the 13.
Let's have a seat and you can say a couple words.
Well, I'm extremely excited to be here right now, and we're in a couple days now into the development camp, and I've met a lot of great players already and a lot of good guys off the ice, so I'm happy to be here, and I'm extremely happy to sign today as well. I've heard so much about the Predator organization, and I'm extremely happy to be a part of it, and I feel like this is one step closer to me kind of reaching my goal to play in the NHL. I'm going to keep training this summer to get better on and off the ice, get stronger, get mentally stronger to come into training camp in September and really just prove myself and show that I could play the NHL next year. So that's my goal, and I'm going to do whatever I can to reach that.
I think with that, we'll open it up for questions.
Seth, is it now real now that you've signed the contract and it's sort of officially official?
Yeah, this is one of the best days of my life and career so far. Hopefully there's a lot good days to come, but this feels very surreal still, and I just signed it, and I'm very happy to be here right now.
You sign it the way you would sign an autograph for somebody, or do you have a different signature?
No, I have a real signature.
What's it like having your dad in town for this moment? And you said you guys went out to dinner last night. What's that been like?
Well, it's cool having him here, and my mom was pretty upset that she couldn't be here. She's kind of the one who wants to be involved in everything, but she's been texting me 10 times a day probably already. I haven't checked my phone yet, but I'm glad that he's here and someone from the family is here to kind of take this ride with me, and very happy that he said I got to eat dinner with him last night, and just a little bit of small talk, and just talking about some things. I saw him at the draft, but I didn't really get a chance to see him a lot.
David, there was a time first round contracts were a lot harder to get done. What's it do for sort of running a team that the process is much smoother and quicker these days?
Well, again, it comes down to the fit. I think with Seth and talking to his representatives, I mean, we both have the same goal in mind, and to give Seth every opportunity to play with the Predators as soon as this training camp. I mean, we're all on the same page. We're going to put him in a position to succeed, and the contract was just one of the steps to, I guess you could say, solidify our words into a commitment. And that's the right thing to do for both sides. I think now he's at peace as to what he needs to do in terms of his preparation in the summer, which I know he's going to do everything he can, both on and off the ice, to get there and get to know Nashville a little bit more, so that he's not in awe of the situation when we get to training camp. So it just the timing, everything is working really good for both sides, I think.
David, you sort of alluded to it before. This is a real happy day, I'm sure, for you and for the whole organization, isn't it?
Well, a lot of things are going well for us right now. Again, last year this time it wasn't as quite as good with a lot of things that are happening. But from the draft, taking Seth to the free agency a few days ago, to adding five players to our lineup. I know talking to a couple of our players and the coaches, we've talked to a couple of our guys. I mean, we really feel that we're in a really good place. That we feel our team is very competitive. I think the pain or the scars of not missing the playoffs have been replaced by the reward of the draft and Seth and some other players, and also what we did to fill the holes that some were created by us from a non-playoff team to take us back to hopefully a playoff team.
Knowing that Seth is really now in the fold, relief, excitement, what is the emotion?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped. I mean, again, I'm just repeating the same thing. It was a bad situation, last year, and it carried over to the season. We didn't get it quite together last year on the ice. I mean, we're close in a lot of ways, but there was something missing. And I think all those things that were missing, I think we've taken care of that. I mean, we're excited at every position. I mean, Pekka's going to be the best goaltender in the league next year. I know he's going to come back and do that. Our defense with Shea, Roman, Kleiner, and the young guys like Seth and Ellie and Ekholm, Bartley. I mean, wow, what a defense to look forward to. And our forwards are probably our most improved area on our team, and that's an area that we needed to pay some attention to, and we did that. We got some grit, some toughness, and we got some potential scoring with Stahlberg and Cullen. So I'm happy. I'd like to have a little bit of time off, honestly, but I am excited about the season starting.